Quadcast, Nez Nation. This is how a live streamer does it. Todd.live, I was just about to talk about you. Good to see you. I'm going live on YouTube. Come on in. Come on in. Welcome to the replay YouTube. Good to see you. You don't often see this. You know, I don't like how on YouTube Live it's kind of a mirrored effect. I'm not crazy about that. Share this out, guys, because you're not going to want to miss. These are real tips we're going to be talking about today. Yo, what up, Todd? So share this out, and I can't wait to tell you some of the things that I've learned about this really saturated, cluttered, just jam-packed world called the internet, and how we can kind of create something special. We can actually have real relationships, real conversations. Okay, so make sure you share this out. Come on in. I'm going to pop out my YouTube chat. Okay, that way I can see what's going on. Fantastic. So before I do that, before I do anything, come on in, guys. Come on in. Say hello. Yo, Coach Jenny. Coach Jenny's over here on YouTube. Wow, you're teleporting. I love it. Share this out. Let me see. I can't share this out. I should be able to. This is the first time I've actually gone online with desktop at Facebook. So it's kind of cool. I'm quadcasting right now. I'm live on Twitter. I'm live on Instagram. I'm live on YouTube. I'm live on Facebook. This is how a live stream nut job does it, y'all. This is how a live stream nut job does it. So come on in, share this out. We're going to be talking about some really cool stuff today. I can't wait to get into it. Let me just share this out. And please, if you don't mind, sharing is caring. I want to talk about, before we get into what I want to say about building relationships, building a community, having a place that feels where there's real human interactions, having, a spot, a plot of land on the internet that you can maybe even call home. I don't know about you guys, but I think that's important. And it's proven that it's important. Science has proven this. Everybody has proven this. We are a social species. This is the reason why social media is so successful. Coach Jenny says, how many different screens you got working over there? Way too many. I got way too many. I see Nez everywhere. Which could be construed as extremely narcissistic, and it's really not. I just want to get the message out there. Okay, let me share this out. And before I get into anything, I want to tell you about our brand new podcast. Coach Jenny was just on. It's live right now on iTunes, Stitcher, and Google Play. It is our Nez Nation Live. It is, as a matter of fact, I'm going to write the URL here and pin it on. I'm going to pin it on Facebook. If you're on YouTube, if you're on Instagram, if you're on Twitter, you can come join the conversation on my Facebook page or my YouTube channel. I would really prefer my YouTube channel because really trying to build that channel. I've been very inspired by that community there. Actually, very relevant to what's going on here. Dean Jonathan in the house. How are you, sir? Good to see Dean Jonathan. The coffee is taking over, y'all. So I'm gonna see if I can pin that. Let's see if I can pin that. Yes, I can. So I'm pinning the comment I'm pinning right now is the podcast. I want to talk about the podcast Nez Nation Live, and this relates to the theme of this video. This relates to the theme of the video. What we're going to be talking today about building community. Okay, I want to talk about the podcast Nez Nation Live, and just give you some information about what it entails and how you can be a part of it and what you can get out of it. And I'm going to talk about some insane guests, like insane guests. Todd.live is one of them. I've got some insane guests, and I don't mean insane as they're mentally ill, although maybe some of them are, which makes it so much more fun. I know I'm mentally ill, so I don't care. We're talking insane in the fact that this is such an amazing thing, having a podcast, having a live stream, where it's like free knowledge. It's like free information. It's like free tools. It's free. It's free. You don't have to pay for any of this stuff. You don't have to buy a course. You don't have to, waste any time scurrying and scavenging the internet to find information. I mean, let me give you just a prime example. My last guest, who's right now on the stream, lovely to have you, Coach Jenny. She is a absolute firebomb of knowledge, wisdom, and wherewithal. We had so much fun having a conversation on Nez Nation Live. She talked about how to start a consulting business. She is a premier life coach. She does amazing work with people. And our last podcast, which, by the way, I pinned the comment, it's on Google Play, it's on iTunes, it's on Stitcher. She is a prime example of how unbelievably amazing this platform is, this medium is. And she was just on talking about her business, talking about her mission, talking about her purpose, and how you too can get something out of it. That's what Nez Nation Live is all about on YouTube. It's kind of a mirror. Wait, YouTube, you can see it when I do that? Okay, good. So let me know what it looks like over there if you don't mind, Coach Jenny. I'd appreciate it. Nez Nation Live. It is the one-stop shop. It is the one-stop shop. I've pinned it in the Facebook comments. Anything that you need to know, the latest and greatest, okay, in digital media, communications, and business in the 21st century. That's 21st century. We're bringing it. We're already at episode 10, and I want to just give you, and again, the pinned comment is there. Please come check us out. Go to professornez.com/. As a matter of fact, I'll put it on YouTube as well. Go to professornez.com/. I'm so proud of this thing, podcast. And you'll see that you can subscribe on Stitcher. You can subscribe if you're on Android. You can subscribe on Google Play. If you have an iPhone or your iOS, you can subscribe on Apple Podcasts. And it's free. And you just magically put us in your ears and just let that input, it's entertain. We have fun too. Y'all know me. We have fun. We Coach Jenny and I had I laughed. We laughed so much. I was listening to the podcast, Jenny. I don't know if you did. We laughed our butts off. And I think you feel that. I think it comes across as an audience. Come on in, Twitter. I think you can feel that when you're on the show and when you hear the show. You can feel the energy. You can feel the joy. But it's super, super informative too. That's my mission. Like, I want you to sense the energy. You know, I'm a locomotive in your chest. I bring it every single time. I want you to feel the energy. But I also want you to get informed. I want you to have something tangible, concrete that you can take with you. Maybe you're thinking about, how do I get this social media thing going? Maybe you're thinking about, how do I present myself better online? Maybe you've got problems or solutions or questions or concerns about, how do I create a digital profile? What if I too want to create a live stream show or a podcast show? How do I manage my brand? What's happening in the world of media, communications, and business that's relevant and important to me that I can utilize for myself? That's what this show is all about. So I really want you to be a part of that, and make sure that you go check us out, subscribe. I would love it if you'd write a review. That would mean the world to me. And that would be awesome. Let me talk to you about some upcoming guests. Todd, if you're still here, let me talk to you about some upcoming guests that we have on the show. I'm super excited about this. Can you tell that the coffee's cooking? The coffee is cooking, y'all. Tomorrow night, we have got Mr. John Capos, otherwise known as Chocolate Johnny. Yeah, y'all, Chocolate Johnny's going to be on the show tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Pacific. Tomorrow night at 7. It's prime time, Nez Nation Live. It's prime time, Nez Nation Live. And Johnny is somebody who is doing amazing things in live video and live streaming. He is a social media connoisseur, and I know he does consulting on social media. He knows what he's talking about. I kind of hesitate to say words like guru and expert and strategist. I'm a social media strategist. Jenny can relate to this. It's just been so diluted. It's been over abused, so to speak. So I don't really want to use those terms. But John Capos, otherwise known as Chocolate Johnny, who is from Australia, he's got an amazing chocolate business, and he is going to come on our show and teach us and talk to us and inspire us on how he's using, look at me, I'm quadcasting, how he's using this unbelievable distribution network to get his mission, to get his purpose across and make some dollar bills, y'all. Because you know that's important. Kagamov, how are you on Twitter? Dollar bills, y'all. Because you know that's important, right? I mean, this is, let's not get it twisted. I tell my students all the time, have an amazing time. Do something that makes your heart go like this. Don't do the safe thing. You're living in an era where you don't have to do the safe thing. The safe thing it's dead, okay? And you're not going to be happy. You may make a lot of money. You may say to yourself, well, I'll just be an accountant. I'll be a doctor. I'll be a lawyer. No. Do something that makes this thing want to climb out of your chest. Makes this thing want to climb out of your chest. You have so many opportunities in today's day and age. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? This is a great show where you can learn. This is a great show where you can learn what you can do about it. That's why I'm advocating it so much. This is an amazing show where you can learn what you could do about it. So Chocolate Johnny is a perfect example. He's going to be on the show prime time tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Pacific, again, 10 p.m. Eastern. Come on home after a long day of work. It's the weekend. Slap on some Nez Nation Live. We're going to be on Facebook. We're going to be live on my business page. That's going to be Professor Nez, facebook.com/Professor Nez. Yeah, gotsta. Check that out. And by the way, if you're wondering yourself, well, how do I get my live notifications? How do I figure out, how do I not miss when Nez Nation goes live? There's a very simple solution to that, okay? You can subscribe to my YouTube channel, all right? You can go specifically to my Facebook page, and I mean, I promote the crap out of these things, so usually I try to give people a warning, or I usually do a heads up live stream and say, hey, in 10, 20, 30 minutes, we're going to go live. But if you go to Facebook, all right, I know a lot of people are worried about the algorithmic changes, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit later. If you go to Facebook, you go to Professor Nez, and you click on follow, and you click on see first. There's also a button, get notifications every time there is a post. Get notifications every time Professor Nez goes live, okay? So how am I coming through over there, Jenny, on YouTube? Let me know, please, if you don't mind. So that's how you won't miss anything. That's how you won't miss anything. So make sure that you click that see first on Facebook. So Chocolate Johnny, tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Pacific. He's going to talk about the amazing things he's doing in live video, what I'm doing right now, and live streaming, and just video creation in general, and social media content creation to make his business, grow his business, amplify his reach, and get the dollar bills. My next guest. Are you ready for this? I mean, look at this lineup. This lineup, it just blows me away, this lineup. So Chocolate Johnny on Friday. On Sunday, Todd.live, are you there? On Sunday morning, Nez Nation Live. We're bringing it again, y'all. We're bringing it again, y'all. Sunday morning. Thank you so much, Jenny. I appreciate that. Sunday morning, I don't call him Todd Bergen. I know some of you guys call him Todd Bergen, but he's actually Todd.live. He is one of the most incredible live streamers on the planet. He has really gone all in with podcasting in the last 18 months, 12 months, which his podcasts are so professional, so unbelievably effective. To me, I honestly would say one of the greatest interviewers in the interview game, right? I mean, I've learned a lot from him. I was honored enough to be on his show, especially over a year ago on Divorce the Workforce, which I just thought was a killer show, killer title. And he's got Todd, he's going to come talk about it. He's got a bunch of stuff going on right now. And he is dropping wisdom grenades every time he goes live. He is sharing valuable information and knowledge on how you too can implement these tools. I have a speech tonight that I'm giving at Chapman University. And the whole theme of the speech is, what do you think young people should be doing in the world of business? This! You should be doing this. You should be creating content every single day. That's what you should be doing. You should be getting your message out there every single day. Hey, Ali, good to see you. That's what you should be doing. This is what you should be doing. Who are you? What are you? What do you want to achieve? What is your purpose? What is your goal? How do you get that message out there? You don't need any more middlemen. You don't need any more middlemen. You are a media company. You are your own brand ambassador. You are your own megaphone, your own salesman, your own marketer, right? You are your own spokesperson. So go out there and do it. You don't have to be like this dude. You don't have to be like Todd.live. You don't have to be like Coach Jenny. You don't have to be like any, because these people are professionals, right? You don't have to be like that. You just got to be you. You just got to be you, and you get better and better. Here's the beautiful thing with these unbelievably effective tools. Here's the beautiful thing. You just got to be you. You just got to be you to go out there and crush it, y'all. You just got to be you. So Todd.live Sunday morning. So Chocolate Johnny. Yeah, I did. Hey, Gord Eisman's on YouTube. Good to see you, Gord. Jenny says, did you just call me a professional? What's wrong with you, son? My bad. Let me take that back. I know, she's awesome. Coach Jenny is beyond professional. You have these unbelievable distribution platforms. Take advantage of it. You can build an audience. You don't have to please everyone. It's a matter of fact, it's impossible to please everyone. So you might as well not try to please anyone. So we've got Chocolate Johnny tomorrow night, 7 p.m. We've got Todd.live Sunday morning. And then check this out. Hey, you YouTubers. I know Gord Eisman is an amazing YouTuber. Hey, YouTubers, Monday, 5 p.m. Monday, 5 p.m., April 23rd, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. I've got the man, Dan Courier from Creator Fundamentals, who has just been skyrocketing on YouTube. I think his channel has grown like something like 100x in the last like 6 months. He's upwards of above 8,000 subscribers on the channel. He just started not that long ago. I don't even know if it's a year old, but this is a dude who has put in the work. He's put in the research. He has busted his butt, and he's crushing it on YouTube. And he's going to show us. He's going to come to Nez Nation Live. Again, y'all, this is the one-stop shop. This is the one-stop shop. Where else do you need to go? Go to professornez.com/podcast. And yeah, I'm gonna talk about that in just a second. Thank you so much, Twitter. What's the goal to create online community? Yes, I'm gonna talk about that right now. Thank you for mentioning. I'm definitely gonna talk about that. So Dan is gonna come on the show. And he's gonna teach us how to rock. And by the way, every one of these guests know exactly what it's like. If you go listen to what my latest podcast with Coach Jenny, we talk about community a lot, but I'm specifically going to talk about it right now. Thank you so much. So that's our lineup. Go to professornez.com/podcast. Now, thank you so much, Twitter, for keeping me on point. How do you build a community online? What are the tactics? What are the strategies? What are the tools? How it's so noisy. It's so saturated. A lot of these social media platforms, and the reason why I'm mentioning social media is because really statistics show this, evidence show this is the predominant form of communication online, which is through social media platforms, like the big ones especially. But I've been recently kind of tapping into Twitch, which is an unbelievable community. I've been tapping into Reddit, which I think is an amazing community. But specifically, I'm going to talk about the big ones because that's really where everybody is, like YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and what have you. How do you build an online community? It's so saturated. It's so stuffed. It's so jam-packed. Everybody's yelling and screaming. Well, this is my take on this, and these are real tips that I hope you can apply today. Nez Nation Live, we're going to talk about it. Gord says, do you need to simulcast to grow? I wonder, because it's not easy to cater to viewers on multiple platforms at the same time. It takes a lot of work, Gord, but it can be done. Yes, it can be done. I'm a big believer in multicasting. The first tip, Twitter, the first tip on how to build a community online is to engage in Facebook groups, even create one of your own. What I have found, which is, proven by evidence. I'm involved in a couple of groups. I have a group that I created on my own called Nez Nation. The tagline is bringing more humanness to this digitalness. Groups, LinkedIn groups are really big. Reddit, subreddits are really, really big. Twitch, forget about it. The groups and the family-like themes and family-like ambiance that goes on at Twitch is mind-blowing. I'm doing a lot of research on Twitch. Find Facebook groups where you see massive engagement and massive relevancy, and be a part of the conversation, and don't be spammy. That's number one. That's like 5 tips right there. There is so much potential. There is so much reality, okay? Because there's a lot of unreality online. There's so much reality in Facebook groups where you can actually have real conversations. I met Gord Eisman in a Facebook group. I met him in real life at a summit. We've actually worked together. This is a perfect example. I'm glad you're here, Gord. We met at Vid Summit in real life. We were online friends, digital friends. We did a lot of Skype calls together, working on each other's, mission and objectives with our online businesses. And it all started in a Facebook group. So many people, when they get online, they just start posting, spamming. They don't think of these avatars. They don't think of these profiles as actual people. There are people behind those avatars. Summits are a great place to build out connections. Exactly, Gord. Exactly. And what is a conference? What is a convention? What is a summit? It's just basically a large group, right? There's some Facebook groups that I'm a part of where there's like 10,000 members, but it's a strong, vibrant community of like-minded individuals who are really communicating with each other, helping each other, inspiring one another. And forget the word like-minded. They don't even have to be. As a matter of fact, a lot of these groups, it's almost like sibling rivalry. A lot of these groups, there can be some kind of drama for your mama. Hey, Luis, good to see you. I liked your last YouTube video. There can be, some disagreements, let's put it mildly, some disagreements. There's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. That's how you grow. That's how you develop. But finding Facebook groups where you feel a part of the conversation. Maybe I want to take out the word like-minded, because I think there's been too much said about like-minded, and I don't know if constantly surrounding yourself. I would disagree with the notion that constantly surrounding yourself with people who reinforce your own views and reinforce your own beliefs is a strong, vibrant way of growing as a human being. I think one of the things I talk about a lot on my channel and my podcast is mindset, and how to really cultivate your inner game versus your outer game. Everybody likes to talk about your outer game, but what about your inner game? Who are you? What's your purpose? What's your message? How do you see the world? Why do you see the world this way? Where are you getting your information? Self-discernment, self-investigation. Please feel free to ask your questions. Please feel free. As a matter of fact, I'd like to leave in the comments, if you want to be a part of an unbelievable community, go to facebook.com/Nez Nation. And I've left that in. Please remember this. I think I can pin it actually on Instagram too. I'm going to go ahead and write it on Facebook. But if you want to be a part of an awesome community, okay, actually, I think it's facebook.com/groups/Nez Nation. Let me rewrite that. If you want to be a part of a vibrant community, I would highly recommend our Nez Nation Facebook group. We've got almost 1,400 members. That's 1,400 members. And the tagline is bringing a little more humanness to this digitalness, which is my mission for everything that I do, my mission for my podcast, my live stream, my consulting business, my courses, my ebooks, my regular paperback books, bringing a more humanness to this human world. Really, that's what it is. And so I would say that what are the keys? So what are the keys? So many people and so many people like to think about online as, so many people like to think of online as, well, if I want to create a digital profile, if I want to create an impact, I've got to have numbers. I've got to have numbers. I've got to have numerics. I've got to have views. I've got to have subscribers. I've got to have followers. I know people who've got 150, 160,000 followers, but they've got goose egg for engagement. So what's the good? What's the point of having that many followers, subscribers, and viewers if none of them are engaging? What's the point? You tell me, what's the point, Twitter? What's the point, Instagram? What's the point, YouTube? What's the point, Facebook? Yes, I'm quadcasting, y'all. Quadcasting. It's awesome. It's fun. It's exhilarating, nerve-wracking, scary. Oh, but I love it. Oh, but I love it. What's the point? Like the people that I'm talking to right now, Coach Jenny, Todd.live, Dean Jonathan, I know, a couple people who came in and out on Twitter. These are people that I've cultivated relationships with. These are people that I've had actual real conversations with. That's what matters. That's how you build community online. You actually engage with people. You actually talk to people. You actually bring something to the table besides me. Too much of social media. This is the reason why it gets such a bad rap. This is a reason why it gets so kind of cluttered and saturated. And it feels like it's this endless swamp. Let's drain the swamp, y'all. Ooh, I can't believe I just said that. But no, on a serious note, let's drain the swamp of spammy, salesy, me kind of attitude. How you build a community online is you actually participate. You actually interact. You have the audacity to put in your 2 cents. You create meaning and value by bringing something to the table that's not all about you. Watch what happens. Go into some LinkedIn groups. For example, a LinkedIn group that I'm a part of, it's a LinkedIn group full of business coaches and life coaches. That's what I do. I'm a business coach. I'm a career coach, executive career coach, a LinkedIn consultant. And yes, these are sort of like-minded people, right? I mean, these are people who are sort of they have the same sort of personal goals and professional goals. But there's a lot of conversation in there where people disagree with each other. And going through disagreement is not a bad thing. Disagreement is a beautiful thing. There's nothing wrong with disagreement. This is how you do it. Gord says, this is an unusual to see you live. Are you planning to commit to a scheduled live time on YouTube in addition to the podcasting? No, I'm not. At least not now. I'm still testing, experimenting, and this is part of being an online creator. You got to test, tweak, experiment. You got to try out different things. I don't like the idea of everything being so regimented and planned. Obviously, I'm professional, and I try to be professional at least. I try to plan out and schedule and give my guests enough time, but I don't know. I have not committed to, every Thursday at 10 or what have you, or every Saturday I just haven't. And maybe I will. I kind of want to put I feel that if I bring it enough, and here's a lesson, here's a real pro tip here. If I bring enough quality, if I bring enough value, if you're moved, inspired, entertained, and you can utilize these tips and you can use them and implement them today, I feel that you will go and hit the notifications every time I go live, because you can always watch the replay. I'd love to see you live, but you can always see the replay. And I just gave you the schedule, Gord. Go back to the replay and listen to this for upcoming guests. Tomorrow night, Johnny, Chocolate Johnny. Sunday morning, Todd.live. Monday at 5 p.m. Pacific time. Dan the Man, YouTube extraordinaire, right? Share tips on how to do live and make it more about the audience. And nobody cares about you. I said this with Coach Jenny. Nobody cares about you. Nobody cares that you achieved all these things. Nobody cares that you're number one or you're happy and excited about this for yourself. Nobody cares. They only care about themselves. This is some harsh truth, y'all. You want to build an online community? Don't make it anywhere near about you. And don't give expecting anything in return. This is something I see. It's just terrible. Like for like, sub for sub, follow for follow. Hey, if I comment on your video, comment on my video. No, you should feel compelled. You should want to provide something that could be of good use to your audience. What I'm trying to talk about right now is how to build an online community, how to feel a part. There's so much isolation and alienation, so many people that are just throwing stuff against the wall and trying to see what sticks. You know, I believe in experimentation. I believe in tweaking. I believe in trial and error. I believe in failing as often as possible. There's nothing wrong with failure. That's a beautiful thing. But it's really important that you don't have any expectations. You give, do as much as you can to serve an audience. Coach Jenny and I talked about this on our podcast. What problem can you solve? What can you bring to the table that is of value to the community? That's how you build relationships. So many people, they build a Facebook community and it's just like they try to monetize it way too fast. And they try to sell them stuff. And what happens is your group is going to dwindle. It is going to evaporate very, very quickly if that's how you're going about it. You give to where they feel compelled, they feel inspired, they feel more than willing and able to support you. More than willing and able to support you. That's how you build an online community. Have a conversation. These are real people. Don't just spam them. Don't just troll them. Don't just, come at them with the me persona. And you know exactly what I'm talking about, the me people. Everybody in here has me people in their lives, especially in their online lives. Everybody does. That's how you create. Ron Lumo, first day on Periscope. Yo, what up? This dude is unemployed with bad credit. How's your fake workers' compensation injury going? Your first day on Periscope, and that's what you have to offer. Is that how you build an online community? Is that how you build real relationships? I don't think so. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So another comment, you're way too elderly to be on here. This is what makes me laugh. This is what's so funny is people who are obviously in pain, obviously in hurt, who are trying their hardest to make other people cut other people down. It doesn't affect me. It only affects you. It doesn't affect me. It just affects you. It's your first day on Periscope, and that's what you have to offer. That's fine. Do you think that that's how you're going to build relationships? Is that I'm trying to offer you something that where, Ron Lumo, I'm trying to, what's my credit score? My credit score is actually pretty good. I was actually pretty shocked. My credit score is like in the upper 700s. So I'm pretty happy with that. Gordon says trolls seem to have little positive contribution. I don't think they should be given the time of day. No, it's okay. It's not their fault. It's not their fault. Trolls like Ron and this other dude, it's just, they're in pain. They have so much going wrong in their lives. Successful people, positive people who are actually, happy and feel satisfied with themselves. Winners don't need to knock down anybody else. Losers do. So that's okay. I mean, I actually feel sorry for these guys. I'm not going to ban them from the page. You can say whatever you want. I don't care. Gord says, are you using your email list to build your community? If so, how do you communicate there without sharing your story? Yeah, this is really interesting. So I had, this is really interesting because building your email list, Brad Friedman was on the podcast very recently. Brad Friedman was on the show. And, he talks a lot about building your email list. You know, you talk about a saturated world. There is an art and science to building an email list. And that podcast episode will be aired probably in the next 4 to 5. It'll go live probably in the next 4 to 5 days. I've got Mike Murphy, who's an unbelievable content creator, coming up on Nez Nation Live. He's going to be the next episode is going to go live on the podcast. And Brad talks a lot about email lists. And I personally, I mean, I get the idea behind, and I have an email list that's nowhere near what other people have. And there's super, super great value into owning your own kind of distribution, because, you know, when you're on these platforms, and this is a great point. Gord. When you're on these platforms, you're on rented land, right? You don't own this property. So many people who are complaining about their YouTube channel being demonetized or being banned from Facebook or any other platform, when you put all your eggs in that basket and you don't realize that these platforms don't owe you anything. I know people who are losing a lot of revenue. They're losing entire income streams that were carrying them, right, and sustaining their lives. So email list is all about creating your own connection with your own audience, and it's a beautiful thing. The problem I have with emails is the open rates have just decreased exponentially. The open rates have just plummeted. And you talk about a saturated world. Gmail has just recently, you know, separated, not recently, I mean, it's been like that for a while, but they've separated the emails into social, promotion, important, and primary. So just getting into people's primary inbox is a mission in of itself. There is an art and science and a craft to messaging with an email list. And I think you have to, it follows the same guidelines I've been talking about right now on how to build a community online. Don't make it about you. Don't come across too salesy. Have some grace. Service mindset. I have a video on my YouTube channel all about service mindset, customer service skills. Make it all about them. Who are they? What is their emotional connection to what you can solve? What is the emotional connection to the problem that you can solve? For Gord, for example, here is a tangible example. Okay, listen to this. Gord, I hope you're there. Brad is all about inbound marketing. Looking forward to that podcast. What did Brad have to say about inbound marketing? You got to listen to the podcast, Gord. It's unbelievable. It's going to go live in about 5 to 6 days, probably by next week. You can also watch the replay on my Facebook page. The video's there. But the podcast is so much better to listen to. So here's a perfect, tangible piece of example. Okay, Gord. So Gord does a lot of video creation. He's a super creative video creator. He also knows a lot about the technical aspects of creating videos, editing them effectively, adding animated texts. A lot of people have unbelievable talent, unbelievable creative skills, but they don't have the ability to translate that to video. So that's a problem. So Gord, for your emails that you send out, there's the emotional connection, right? I have all this talent. I have this business, this idea. I have this problem that I can solve for people, but I don't know how to get it out there. I don't know how to get it across. And everybody here knows, who's watching and listening, understands the power of video. Video is where it's at right now. Podcasting and audio is amazing. Written form, long form, blogging, publishing on LinkedIn is huge, but video is the predominant form of communication in the 21st century. So Gord can create an email campaign to his list, connecting their problem with the emotional, sort of the emotional frustration. And by using that as the framework, the solution is what you bring to the table. Service mindset. Make it all about them. Make it all about them. Stop trying to figure out Photoshop. Stop trying to figure out Camtasia. Stop pulling your hair out and trying to figure out how I can, create these videos that are powerful. Let me help. Here I am, Gord Eisman, video creation extraordinaire. Does that make sense, guys? Let me know in the comments. Let me know if that makes sense. That's the key. That's the key. And it doesn't have to be businessy. It doesn't have to be all business. A place where you feel a part of something, a place where you feel inspired, a place where you feel, you're having real conversations, real relationships, and it's fun. It's not businessy all the time. That's what the Facebook group Nez Nation is all about. And again, I've left that in the comments. That's what the Facebook group Nez Nation is about. That's what Nick's group, is all about. Video marketing, YouTube. That's what a lot of Facebook groups are all about, right? Is coming together, talking about things. It just feels good to talk about things. We are human beings. We are social mammals. It's the reason why social media exists. All right. We are social. We are a social species. It's so necessary. It is a major necessity. So finding a group where you feel that you belong, finding a group online where you can cultivate real conversations starts with participation, interaction, and service mindset. Those are three tangible, real tactics. Okay. Participation, interaction, service mindset. What can I bring to the table? And it takes time. It takes time, guys. Don't expect to be the hero of the group. Don't expect to be Mr. Popular right away. People need to get to know you. People need to get to know you. That's the key. People need to understand who you are. They need to understand what you're all about. They need to feel it's just like anything in real life. When you meet somebody, you're not just, sometimes it's rare where you're just immediately you click and everything's just beautiful and you can get right into it. That's very rare. Most of the time, it takes time to feel each other out and kind of see who is this person? What's this person all about? How you communicate online says a lot about you, what you don't say and what you do say, how you interact, how you participate. If your modus operandi for participation is to spam a group, you're going to get ousted. You're not going to make any real connections because that says that you care only about you and not about the group. I truly feel that the greatest way to really cultivate real relationships, to be a part of something and actually be heard in this noisy plane called the internet, is to be a part of a group, particularly specifically a Facebook group, a LinkedIn group, a subreddit, something like that, where there is an interactive community of people who you can actually have real conversations with that revolve around the interests, revolve around maybe similar disinterests. It doesn't have to always be interests, revolve around similar in some capacity purposes and missions. That's it. That's literally it. Even if, and it doesn't have to be businessy. Even if your purpose and mission is just to be silly, you want to be a part of a comedy group and you just want to F around and screw around. That's sweet. I love those. I'm a part of a couple of groups where we just tell bad dad jokes. There's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't have to be businessy, but it's a great way of, instead of trying to go through your entire news feed and you could just spend hours and hours and hours and just trying to post stuff. And then there's actually statistics and facts that show people get really depressed and sad because they don't get enough likes, or it's because you're just throwing stuff out there. You're not doing this strategically. Find a specific group. Okay. Preferably one that doesn't have 100,000 members, because a lot of those, you can tell the engagement's very, very low. It's very rare to find a Facebook group or a LinkedIn group that has over 10,000 members and there be strong engagement. That's the key. Participation, interaction, service mindset. Don't make it about you, and you will find that you will cultivate real relationships, as I have. I speak from personal experience. Gord is a perfect example on YouTube, Gord Eisman. My videos are attracting people that have problems they want to solve in order to get their message out through video. I just may start that Facebook soon, as you've encouraged. I want to be sure I can be there to be of great service. Yes. Now, you can get into monetization, and have a private mastermind in a closed group, which is a beautiful thing too, right? And you can create. I'm in the process of I have a career coaching mastermind, that people can join. It's a subscription group, but my free group, which is Nez Nation, bringing more humanness to this digital. That's what I really want to talk about. because that's a place that I try to, communicate and convey and participate almost every day. And it's just a great group of individuals trying to come together and inspire each other, motivate each other, and just talk about things that are happening in digital media, talk about things that are happening in the world. That's it. Participation, interaction, service mindset. That's what it's all about, y'all. Excuse me. So, again, I'm going to wrap it up here. Such a pleasure. Love seeing you guys. Nez Nation, love seeing you guys. So grateful for your participation. So grateful for you being a part of this stream. I had such a great time with you guys. Don't forget the podcast, Facebook group Nez Nation. The podcast is named Nez Nation Live. You can go to professornez.com/podcast and come check us out, because we are going to be bringing it. And don't forget to go to my Facebook business page, Professor Nez, click on the See First button. Click follow, click get live video notifications, click on See First. That's how you trump the algorithm. And what I mean by algorithm is Facebook's new algorithm is it's really dropping organic reach for pages that you're not directly connected with on a personal level. So that's how you can circumvent that. I hope to see you guys there. It's been an absolute pleasure. I'm your host, Professor Nez. This is Nez Nation Live, bringing it to you every single week, inspiring videos, podcasts, Facebook Lives, YouTube Lives, Instagram Lives, Periscope Lives, on everything in digital media, communications, and business. We're bringing it, y'all. Bringing it with some fun, with some joy, with some entertainment. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you so much, Instagram. Go check us out. Thank you. Thank you so much, YouTube. You guys rocked it. I'm going to leave everything in the description down below. After the stream is done, I'll leave everything in the description down below so you can follow. You can come check us out. You can check out the podcast. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, YouTube. Thank you so much. And